Are you a renter or are you an owner? And you know why you need to learn cost per contract? I'll tell you why. Do you know what your avatar is? I'm yelling so loud, I hope my previous version of myself can hear myself. What do you got for me?
I'm working for DJ and Daniel. I want to take one step at a time and learn their business. Like, what should I learn first? What should I do to build my skill set? I'm currently doing junior acquisitions for them.
Okay, most important thing on the planet in your business. 3 components of any business: air conditioning company, bottled water company, real estate acquisition, fix and flip, wholesale. It does not matter. What are the only 3 things you need? You need flow, conversion, and fulfillment, or monetization. So flow in real estate is leads. For me, I would focus my time and energy understanding where are their leads coming from. How many leads do they have coming in, and how many of those leads are actually converting? If you don't understand that as an acquisition rep working in somebody else's business, then you are not an acquisition rep. Even if you're a doctor, think about this. You're a doctor in the ER. Shouldn't you know how many people are visiting the ER on a nightly basis and how many people you guys are seeing on a nightly basis and how quickly you can help them and get them making more money? Because here's what happens. I've been in the ER like 3 times in the last year with my son breaking his foot and blah, 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 a whole bunch of stuff. You go in there and the wait time in an ER is 4 hours. This is what's funny. The doctor is the acquisition rep. They're the person that's supposed to be churning the client, getting the leads coming through the door as quickly as possible and monetizing on them as quickly as possible. People are just chilling because doctors are on some sort of salary. What I would want you to do is understand their business so that when you go out and operate your own, the most important part of any business is the flow of the leads into that business. When people in here go, well, I don't know where to start. Okay. Listen to me. If you want to know where to start, I'll tell you exactly where to start. Watch the avatar zoom. Nick, how helpful was the avatar zoom?
It was great. It was giving me the ability to set my own path.
There you go. This is also why all the other mentorships suck. Every one of them sucks because they don't look at you guys as individuals. They didn't look at me as an individual. They didn't look at you as an individual. They just go, pick up the phone and cold call. Cold call. Well, dude, that's not a good fit for everybody. But every avatar, all 19 avatars need leads. And so that's step 2 in your guys' journey. Understand and know your avatar. If you don't know your avatar, you are going to fail. Know yourself. As Elena Tang says, know thyself. That's a Shakespearean quote. Know thyself. Know yourself. Do you know what your avatar is? I know what my avatar is. Direct to seller. I love me direct to seller. But if I could have started from scratch in the very beginning, knowing what I know now, I would have chosen a different path. But the only path I knew was direct to seller because that's the only thing any other knucklehead influencer was ever teaching. Nobody took the time to break down the individual human being and the reason why people are successful or not successful. There's only 2 things that were really ever taught. Go get referrals, go talk to agents, or go talk to sellers direct. Those were the only 3 things that were ever taught. And 99% of the time it was like, become a better closer. Okay, well, what about the people that will never be a closer, like my partner, Cody? Transaction coordinators. I've got a transaction coordinator in our program that told me that they hit their first $20,000 month last month. From our Saturday transaction coordination training. How about on Sunday morning, we had one of our students who is Gator lending, is doubling his money when he's lending money out. He loaned out 15 grand. He's getting 15 grand back. He doubled his money in a matter of 10 days. Do you think that I should have told him just go direct to seller and just pick up the phone and cold call? Cold call. Is that what we should be doing? No, you should know your avatar. Step 1, know your avatar. Nick knows his avatar is to work for someone else. If I could have gone back, honestly, at the very beginning, I wish I would have just tapped into somebody else's business and learned what I'm telling Nick, which is know where the leads are coming from, Nick. How much are they spending on the leads? Because you as an acquisition person, guess what? You are responsible for those. And if you don't know what they're spending on leads, doesn't that make you a piece of crap? I'm yelling so loud, I hope my previous version of myself can hear myself. Because I look at all my acquisition guys, they had no idea what I was spending on my leads. They didn't know where my leads were coming from. They didn't look at the KPIs. A really important KPI, Nick, ask yourself this question for anybody you're working for. What is our cost per lead? And this is the most important KPI, key performance indicator, tracking number, KPI. It's a stupid acronym. I'm sorry, guys. What's a really great number you should be tracking? Your trackables, cost per contract. You need to learn that. And you know why you need to learn cost per contract? I'll tell you why. Cost per contract is my favorite KPI to track because cost per contract is the most important measurable because it takes every expense, your building expense, your payroll, your marketing, every little thing in your business. Let's say that it costs me $20,000 a month to operate my business, payroll, commissions, overhead, internet, lunch for this office staff, everything. What's my cost per contract? $5,000 is what it's costing them per contract. The next thing you're going to want to know, Nick, is you're going to want to know what is their average assignment fee. Okay, national average is 15 grand. But you need to know what that company's is. If that company's average assignment fee is $8,000 and their cost per contract because of all their overhead is only $5,000, that means they're only making $3,000 per contract. Are you doing a good job as an acquisition person? Probably not. These are important numbers to know so that when you go out to your own business, you can go, oh crap, this is actually a lot more than I thought. You should be asking these questions, Nick, as you work for the company because it should better you at your job. If you know what their cost per contract is and they say it's $5,000, $5,000 is okay, but really this should be somewhere around $3,000 cost per contract. And if it's costing them $20,000 to operate their business before they pay themselves, how many contracts do they need to have you get every single month? It's going to be somewhere like 6.3 or something like that. So that really should be your goal. Your goal should be based on math, not on feelings. I could go on about this for years and years, but I've given you way more. And it looks like you took a lot of notes, which means you don't know what their cost per lead is. You don't know how many leads they're generating. You don't know where the leads are coming from. You don't know what the cost per contract is, and you don't know what the average assignment fee is. Therefore, you are just an employee. We got to fix that. Guys, here's an interesting thing. Listen to this. Are you a renter or are you an owner? In your regular life, in every aspect of your life, are you a renter or an owner? Not what you want to be, but what are you? Because Nick, I can tell you right now, you are renting right now. You are absorbing, and that's okay, but you need to make a goal. Put this down, say, become an owner. Now, I'm not saying do you rent your living location, guys. I don't care about that. I'm talking about how do you live your life? Are you a renter or are you an owner? A renter doesn't care about what it costs for the utilities. A renter doesn't care about the cost of the maintenance. Yet, what's so damn funny to me is I see people like my renters. They go, hey, man, you guys thinking about selling this property? I'm like, bro, you have dog crap and my house that you're living in smells like cat piss and you want to be an owner of a property? You can't even clean up after your cats. You're a renter, bro. If they fired you today, and they hired a different acquisition person, what would they say that acquisition person is better than you at? I can tell you right now, they're better at asking questions about that business and understanding their role and responsibility, but you didn't know to ask the question. That's why you're in here getting mentored by me. Freaking love the question. Does anybody else love this question? This shows up in like all aspects of your guys' lives, by the way. In my life too. I have to learn stuff too. My kids, my wife, my business relationships. Are you a renter or are you an owner? And what kind of owner are you?